Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to a new MLB video where today I'm going to talk about the Francisco Lindor extension, and I have a little bonus story to talk about as well. So starting off with Lindor, he has signed a 10-year extension worth $341 million, so he gets his deal. Obviously not the 12 years he was looking for, but the AAV is right in his ballpark, and he makes $1 million more than Tatis over 10 years, and Tatis has 14 years, so Lindor gets his payday. I think he wanted to be paid more than Tatis, so he gets that done, and he is a Met for the rest of his career. I like the deal. There's some things about the deal I don't like. I'm not really a big fan on big contracts that pay players $30 million plus when they're at their older seasons. Maybe some money is deferred, or maybe he gets paid a lot in the first couple of years, because we've seen it firsthand that players like Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera obviously don't produce at that same level when they're older and they're not playing at the level of like $30 million or $40 million. So hopefully Lindor can stay at a good competitive playing sort of level when he's at that age, but I don't think any player can really be at the $30 million level at that age. But I do think it's a good deal. The Mets needed a player to build their team around that's not a pitcher, because they already have DeGrom, so they have that X factor in the lineup defensively and offensively. It's a good deal. He's obviously great in the clubhouse, lots of people have said, from the Mets, so it is a good deal for them. Like I said, not a big fan about the money when he's going to be like 36, 37, because he's probably not going to perform at that level. But talking about other shortstops and what this means for the league, obviously Lindor got paid a lot, and he can do it on both sides of the ball, defensively, offensively. But this probably means if Carlos Correa or Corey Seager perform better than Lindor this year, they're going to go into free agency looking for a lot of money. Corey Seager, definitely one of them, could probably, if Lindor has a down offensive year, Seager could perform better offensively and probably be priced in the $300 million range as a shortstop, because he is in the prime of his career. Javier Baez could definitely perform better defensively, because he is a defensive wizard. He's not the best offensive hitter, he's not a contact hitter, but he does have a lot of power. He's basically like Andrelton Simmons, but a better hitter. So he could definitely be in the $200 million range. Maybe if some other players extend, there could be some bidding wars, and that will drive his price up. And I think the most underrated player on that shortstop market, just because he played in Colorado, the spotlight wasn't really on him, especially with Nolan Arenado there, is Trevor Story. I'm sure a lot of people know how good Story is, but nobody really knows his true potential, or most people don't know his true potential. So he could definitely be a dark horse to get a lot of money in free agency, especially if the price is right for him, because he has some speed, he has pop, he gets on base a lot, he has great defensive skills. So this is going to drive the price of every shortstop up, especially those big four going into the free agency, and especially Carlos Correa, who is very similar to Lindor, lots of power, lots of defensive skills. He's really good in the postseason. The Astros offered him $120 million, so after Lindor gets $341, I doubt that Correa is going to be anywhere near that $120 million mark. I think Correa is going to be asking $250 over a long term. So that definitely affects those big four. That could affect other lower level shortstops like Marcus Semien or Andrelton Simmons to go back into the free agent market. Obviously not as much as the other big four, but this would also affect other extensions with young players like Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette and the Blue Jays were looking at an extension, but I think the Jays want to sort of wait to see until Bichette proves himself a little bit more before they go all in. And what this deal means for the Mets, I don't know if Conforto, let a deadline, or he set a deadline before the start of the season. Obviously that has passed because it is opening day right now, but Conforto might hit the free agent market, and he could be the final piece of the puzzle for a team in free agency, and he can get a lot of money. So I don't know if Conforto, it's not looking likely like they will extend anytime soon, maybe towards the middle of the season, but it looks like he's going to go into free agency. And Noah Syndergaard, I don't know if they're going to extend him as well. Probably not the wisest move. They don't know how well he's going to bounce back from Tommy John. Maybe he can be a deadline piece for them if he's not performing too well. But he is expected to come back around that trade deadline time. So maybe they trade him, maybe they extend him, or they let him walk in free agency. He can probably get a decent amount of money just because of all the potential there. So it's going to affect the Mets in a lot of ways, and it's going to affect the rest of the league in a lot of ways. So that's just my idea, how Lindor is going to affect the Mets and everyone else. I am really curious what you guys think down in the comments of this deal, because I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. Some Mets fans have said they don't think Lindor is worth this much, while a lot of other Mets fans have said this is a great deal for them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Some bonus news to talk about. The Angels extended Fletcher on a deal that will take him through 2027 if all the club options are used, and it can make him up to $41 million. He's a very good hitter with very good defensive skills, but he doesn't have a lot of power, so he is set to be a big leadoff hitter for that team for the next multiple years. And then the Blue Jays were also looking at a new starter/reliever, Mike Montgomery, who was on the Mets roster as a non-roster invite. He got cut from the team, and the Blue Jays were reportedly looking at him to fill in until some injuries get filled, or just in case any injuries occurred, then he can be a depth move for them. So some extra news to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you guys in the next one.